On the fence, Tony. I think we're in a good angle here, but it'll be most interesting to see. Dancehall Girl was coming over the top, but gee, what a great ride by Harris on New Atlantis. He nursed and cuddled and nursed and cuddled, and they've absolutely hit it together. Oh, I reckon New Atlantis and knows Dancehall Girl. See how wrong we are.
Okay, I think you're a pretty good judge. We'll go back to those totes now. Let's have a look at Bellawicka's $6.20. Flash Havoc is at $14.85. Takeout number 8. Garingle Cottage is $8.45, and Inspector Clouseau is $21.60. Pretty big odds the next couple. Hula Bow is at $4.60 and 95 the place, and then big odds again for 14 and 15. Triple Lark is at $13. Over $100,000 in the win pool for the last event at Flemington, and a big day.
Super effort. He's been running in shorter races where the pace has been on in a hectic fashion, and maybe that just hasn't been suiting him. 187, New Atlantis, Wayne Harris first, Dancehall Girl, M. Peters second, and Dame du Siècle, J. Marshall has run third in the Gallipoli Handicap at Randwick on Anzac Day. Thanks for being with us for the live racing. Coming up on Wide World of Sports now, Big Maxie will show us how to catch the big ones.
The 3-year-olds, the Chairman
Racing,
Stakes.
and Namquetta on the inside, a little slow to begin. Scotch Caper, the top weight, came out running with a neck in advance of Final Siren, the lightly weighted Schooner third. It's inside, keeping them both out now. Just in behind them, Namquetta, Viscount Gielgud, and under restraint on the outside of those is Flaming Wonder. Back along the rail came Twigger, who's nicely positioned second last, relaxing, and 3 lengths away last of all now is Oriental Mill. Running along the far side and heading to the 1200, passing it, and Final Siren took over from Schooner to put a bit more pace on. Scotch Caper third up on the outside of Namquetta, who's getting the run of the race on the rail. A length and a half, Viscount Gielgud passing the 1000. Twigger on the inside of Flaming Wonder, and 2 lengths away last of all is Oriental Mill. Onto the cambered turn they go, and Final Siren shows the way. A length and a half in advance of Schooner. Namquetta sneaking up on the rail and being followed through by Viscount Gielgud. Scotch Caper on the outside, and then came Flaming Wonder around Twigger, and only a length and a half further back last of all is Oriental Mill. On the turn they go, and here the leader going along pretty keenly. Final Siren 3/4 to a length in front, looks to be enjoying its work from Schooner on the outside, who's going to put some pressure on now, moves up to get on terms almost. 2 lengths away to Namquetta, which has enjoyed a perfect run. Scotch Caper moves up fourth. Then further back came Viscount Gielgud on the inside of Flaming Wonder, 2 lengths to Twigger, biding its time, and they've got away from Oriental Mill. They're coming to the turn into the straight now, and here the leader on the inside running is still Final Siren. From over on the outside, Schooner. Over on the extreme outside, Scotch Caper popped a question. Namquetta the rail, Flaming Wonder, followed by Twigger, joining him with a nicely timed run. They come to the 400, Final Siren clear of Schooner on the outside, who's worrying it. Scotch Caper is struggling to pick them up, trying hard. Twigger now under pressure. Schooner the roughie goes up to head Final Siren. Namquetta gets a split, and down the outside, Twigger is joining in. Scotch Caper battles on well. It's not over yet. It's Schooner just in front. Scotch Caper is coming at it now. Scotch Caper is all class. He's running the other one down. Schooner, he'll get up. Scotch Caper, he's too good. Oh, a gutsy performance. Second, Schooner. Third's a lottery. Maybe Twigger flashing through it on the rail, Namquetta. Others were there, though, in that pack, and they included Flaming Wonder, Final Siren. Back behind them, Viscount Gielgud in a division there.
Plenty of close finishes today. Unofficially 1-8 in the photo. 1 Scotch Caper A. Matthews, number 8 Schooner A. Gretzky, and it could be Twigger for third. 2 is the jockey there. From Sydney, we have official 1. The dividends, race 7 Flemington, SARS Boris $23 and $4.45, 2 Bicentenary $90 and 3 Kale $1.40, Quinella $48.65, Trifecta $1,146.55. The daily double today 3 and 1, $301.60, and the quadrilla $4,026.85. Sydney race 8, 1 New Atlantis $1.85 and $1 the place, 8 Dancehall Girl 90 cents the place, and number 7 85 cents the place. The Quinella 4.80 and the Trifecta $29.95. In Adelaide race 8, we have correct weight here, by the way. Scotch Caper number 1 $2.70, 8 Schooner $3.50, and 3 Twigger 95 cents. Well, they're moving up at Flemington. Let's have a look.
Racing seemed to jump all right. Aqualone with Mighty Remington. True Met ran out at the start. Star Pyramid away fast. Bailiwick drops in behind them, beaten for speed in the early stages, and Plain Charger also beaten for speed. Inspector Clouseau, New Century going quickly. Hula Bow further back through the field with Dynamic Dancer, Regis Jindy. Then Karingal Cottage. Going up past the 800 and Star Pyramid led True Met, Mighty Remington, New Century and Aqualone. A length further back then too on the outside. It's Karingal Cottage and going fast Fulham Pass. In behind those horses, Bailiwick further back through the field, Inspector Clouseau. Then out wider, Regis Jindy, and behind those horses, Hula Bow. Well out of a Dynamic Dancer, Flash Habit, and dropping right out now, Regis Jindy. Aqualone's moved up with Star Pyramid led at the 300 from Aqualone, New Century. Mighty Remington in behind those horses, and Bailiwick. Aqualone took the lead. Dynamic Dancer's coming with a good run out wide. He's had to go for Aqualone. He's kicked away a length and a half to Bailiwick. He's got it one. Running on pretty well on the outside is Fulham Pass, but Aqualone wins the last by 2 lengths. Fulham Pass, Bailiwick. Dynamic Dancer. Behind those horses, Star Pyramid from Flash Habit. Next home, New Century. Then came Mighty Remington and Star Pyramid in front of it from Karingal Cottage, Inspector Clouseau, Hula Bow. True Met knocked up with Regis Jindy, and last home, Plain Charger. Well, Philip Alderman's had a long run of outs, something like 30, but he bounced back with a perfect ride on Aqualone in the last. 1:04.6 the time, and Aqualone has won and won comfortably. Fulham Pass will get second. Gee, it was a surprise, and Bailiwick third. Thought Dynamic Charger was going to, Dynamic Dancer was in the money with about 150 to go, but Fulham Pass was the one that bookies would have been screaming for at about the 100. But Aqualone has won and won pretty well. A photo for second and third between Fulham Pass, who does get it 14, and third Bailiwick, not a bad run, just beaten for speed in the early stages. So it's 1:14 and 6, 1:04.6 the time. Officially fourth is 11, and that's Dynamic Dancer, and fifth has gone to Star Pyramid. I might have caught him twice in the run on Star Pyramid. He pulled up very quickly after the line. Aqualone by Ecuadoro from Alazan is raced by Mr. and Mrs. SM and Mrs. S.E. Payton, trained by Jay Hoyster, Jim Hoyster to Wangaratta, and ridden by Philip Alderman. And as I said, number 4 to Skyros, My Hutch. They come to the last. And Sing for Supper jumped at 2 or 3 in front of Wild Native, Skyros and My Hutch. They're at the distance, and Sing for Supper's careered away. 5 lengths to Wild Native, Skyros, and then My Hutch and Lapsang. But do you think this old fellow's found some form? Sing for Supper. It's 3 straight at Flemington. He's 8 or 10 in front of Wild Native. Skyros and My Hutch a good go for third. Sing for Supper wins a dozen lengths. Wild Native gets second. It's a bob of the head for third on the outside. My Hutch and Skyros on the inside. And Sing for Supper at 4 to 1 may now go for the Briley at Warrnambool. Wild Native 7s and My Hutch at 13 to 4. The favourite Dead End fell around the back of the track. In the second, Mercy Rain out deep, but Dame Vengeance has a big lead at the distance. Led 4 or 5 lengths from Please Yourself, and then Damsel. Mercy Rain and Sean's sister, but Dame Vengeance well clear. Carson's ridden this cleverly all the way. Damsel goes to second. Please Yourself will be third, but Dame Vengeance all the way. Second Damsel, third Please Yourself, Sean. Corral was taken out at the barrier, and those prices are subject to big reductions. 36 cents in the face value for the win and 22 cents in the face value for second. Here's race 3. Centaur hanging in behind it from Spending. Cindy's Appeals kicked away. Clark led 2 or 3 to Centaur, Spending and Theatre Goer. Cindy's Appeal's got a good lead. Centaur's out after it. It's Cindy's Appeal, a length and a half to Centaur and Spending. Clark's riding hard. It's going to be 69 for the year. Spending fights off Centaur for second, and Cindy's Appeal beats Spending and Centaur. 2 lengths Seratino and Bagaton. 7 to 4 favourite Michael Clark, Spending 11 to 2, Centaur 11 to 4. That was 69. Here comes number 70. Campari Girl. Justin run from base camp, and here's Order Up coming home with a run and being jolly. Order Up took the lead at the 300. Hall Strong's into the clear. Jim Damien's under pressure, and Codicil's battling on well. Order Up in front of Codicil. Hall Strong's coming at them quickly. Clark's riding hard. Order Up's a neck in front. Hall Strong moves up alongside of it from Codicil. Hall Strong takes the lead from Order Up, and it's 70 for Michael. Hall Strong wins. Order Up second, Codicil third. Yes, he's a big improver at Hall Strong, 13 to 2. Order Up 33s. Codicil 33s. A massive trifecta, 5,900 to the big one of the day, the St Ledger Stakes. The fence under pressure, and Sir Fawn cruises up into the straight. Cool Rocking Daddy tackled by Warren, Sir Fawn, and Dandy Andy kicking back, and Sharks Fin with a good run. It's 5 in a line. Dandy Andy, Cool Rocking Daddy, Warned and Sir Fawn, and Shark's Fin's taken the lead. Shark's Fin drew a neck in front of Sir Fawn. They're going to fight the ledger out. They're clear of Warned. Shark's Fin's a half in front of Sir Fawn. Gouchy and Clark hard at it. Shark's Fin a neck in front. Sir Fawn's trying hard. But Cummings and Gouchy win the St Ledger. Shark's Fin 3/4 Sir Fawn, and 10 lengths away Cool Rocking. Yes, he's a most promising type now. Shark's Fin 9-1. Sir Fawn 2's favourite, and Cool Rocking Daddy at 9-1. Race 6 Besterberg, the favourite, Beatrice Levette at 11-8. Moved up with Cooktown Lady and took the lead from Emma Green. Missett and Rose getting a split. Beatrice Levette and Silver Theme down the outside. Besterberg took a narrow lead from Cooktown Lady and Opalescent behind them. Beatrice Levette with a late run, but Besterberg drew a half to 3/4 in front of Cooktown Lady and Opalescent. Highland riding confidently, and Besterberg wins from Opalescent. Cooktown Lady third. Fourth, Missett and Rose. 9-2 Besterberg. Opalescent 16's Cooktown Lady 7's 11-8 Beatrice Levette. She loves Flemington Besterberg. Race 7 and Zars Boris 33-1. Get out with Royal Bistro. Ramify kicked away 2 to Kale. Triple Arc with a good run. Bicentenary knocked over. Can't win, I wouldn't think. And Royal Bistro coming with a good run. Kale took the lead. Zars Boris has taken a sprint to go up and join it. Zars Boris has taken a narrow lead, about a half to Kale. Bicentenary flying late. Gee, it's been something beaten. Zars Boris wins. Maybe Bicentenary second. Should have won by about 2 lengths, I'd say. 33 Zars Boris, Bicentenary 11-4, and Kale 6-1. Now in the last over the line, it's 1, 14 and 6 Aqualone. 10-9 favourite. Fulham past 200s and Ballywick at 6-1. But there is a minor protest. Third against second. So they're only interim dividends. Take note, there is a protest on the last. We don't have all clear on 1, 14 and 6. Aqualone's dividend won't change. Fulham Pass and Ballywick's place dividends won't change. But the Quinella and Trifecta will be affected. The quaddie today, 8-2-2-4, $4,026.85. Daily doubles, 2 and 15 Shark's Fin and Zars Boris 301.60. Extra double 1 and 8 Dame Vengeance and Hallstrong $35.75. Still no word of the protest here at Flemington. Of course, a wonderful day in Sydney as well. We've already replayed the Sydney Cup, where we saw Major Drive defeat the great 3-year-old Mayo Card with Fox Hill in third placing, and then Camp.
Australia is in front in that regard because there's an 18-year-old lass playing baseball in Adelaide that I know about, so we're well and truly in front of the Yanks in that regard. OK, let's go out now to Royal Randwick for the Sydney Cup, and Johnny Tapp, Maya Card's already strung together 3 great wins, now looking for 4 in the Cup.
Yes, Ian, and he's joined the Elite Millionaires Club, of course, by winning last Saturday's Derby. He now has in his kitty $1,103,845. A super-duper 3-year-old. I'm absolutely certain he's better than our Paddy Boy and Double Century, and they both won the Sydney Cup very easily at the same age. Whether or not he's as good as Kingston Town remains to be seen, and this mightn't be a good race in which to judge that fact, because Kingston Town, I think, was about 7 seconds outside the race record the year he won the Sydney Cup. Ken, this bloke's about 7-4 on, I believe, in the ring. Galilee was 6-4 on. Marooned last year was 13-8 on. So Maya Card, possibly the shortest price Sydney Cup favourite this century.
Yes, Johnny, could quite easily be. The surprising thing is that the tote punters have deserted him, and he's showing it even money on the tote, even though he's at such short odds in the betting ring. From the top, Fox Hill is at 14-1, Rising Fear at 6s. He was second in the last Melbourne Cup. Major Drive at 8-1, 25 out of sight, 13-2 Rasties, 16 Commercial Balance, 20 Pika McGuess, the winner of the Duke of Norfolk Stakes over 3,200 metres, 12-1 Silver Award. Maya Card, it's hard to go past him. I think he'll win. Reckless Tradition was a scratching this morning. 60-1 Plus de Vie, 33 Lord Reams, 100 Algonquin Club, and 66 Tristram's Edition. John, I think everyone who loves a champ will be cheering home Maya Card.
I think so too, Ken. It'll be great to see him win because Maya Card's presence has certainly been a fabulous boost to the Autumn Racing Carnival in Sydney. He's been getting huge crowds to Randwick over the last Saturday, Derby Day, and to Rose Hill on Tancred Day. New Zealand Television now joins us, and we extend a very good afternoon to viewers in the Shaky Isles who are tuning in and following the progress of horses bred in the Dominion. And like most Sydney Cups, the majority of the field are Kiwi bred. This year we've got Fox Eel, Major Drive, Out of Sight, Rasties, Maya Card, naturally, Plume d'Orvale, Lord Reims and Tristram's Edition. So the bulk of the field came from across the Tasman. Now, Maya Card, ridden by Mark de Montfort, gets into line. They start the race actually in the 1,000-metre chute. So they go near enough to 1,000 metres to the judge the first time, and then one complete circuit of the testing Randwick track. For the benefit of New Zealand viewers, we've got a perfect autumn day in Sydney, and now they're off and running in the Sydney Cup of 87. Commercial Balance was allowed to fall out of the gate and went straight back to the tail of the field. Peckham Guess also went straight back to the rear, and Plume d'Orvale and Linda Ballantyne bounded out in front and led clearly on, settling down over Rising Fear. Out of Sight's in third place, about a length and a half then to Commercial Balance, improving rapidly along the fence, followed by Silver Award, and then Rasties and Lord Reims about midfield on the turn into the straight the first time. 3 or 4 lengths further back then came Major Drive on the inside of Maya Card, who's racing in the one out line. At the head of the others, Peckham Guess, followed by Algonquin Club and Tristram's Edition, and back at the tail Fox Eel as they come over the rise in the straight on the first occasion with about 2,500 metres to go. Plume d'Orvale in front with Linda Ballantyne on board, led by 2.5 lengths Rising Fear. Commercial Balance third on the fence, and Lord Reims, another one of the New Zealand visitors, now being allowed to stride up 3 deep towards the lead. Out of Sight is one horse off the fence on the outside of Silver Award, followed by Rasties. 2.5 to Maya Card on the outside of Major Drive. Maya Card starting to pull harder than I've ever seen him pull before. I think he's got the mouth wide open, and then Algonquin Club, followed by Peckham Guess, Tristram's Edition, and Fox Eel is back at the tail as they leave the straight, where Plume d'Orvale is the leader. But now Lord Reims on the outside has gone up to just headed off momentarily. 2.5 lengths away, Commercial Balance on the inside of Rising Fear, with Rising Fear again moving to a clear-cut third. About 2 to Out of Sight, followed by Rasties on the outside of Silver Award. 2.5 then to Maya Card on the outside of Major Drive. Algonquin Club on the outside of Peckham Guess, followed by Tristram's Edition, and last is Fox Eel. Into the back they run, and Lord Reims is clear. The saddle has shifted on that New Zealander, and the rider's in difficulty. Lord Reims by 2 lengths on Plume d'Orvale. 2 lengths away, Rising Fear, given the run of the race by the veteran Bobby Skelton, followed by Commercial Balance. Out of Sight, and then Rasties on the outside, a half length away. A length now to Silver Award, who lost a little ground as the speed quickened. 2.5 to Maya Card, travelling better now with a brisker pace. Further back, Major Drive, and then Algonquin Club, Peckham Guess, Tristram's Edition, and Fox Eel as last as they reach the top corner. Lord Reims in front with the rider sitting on its head by 3/4 of a length to Plume d'Orvale. Whipping up now, Rising Fear on the outside. Commercial Balance hugging the rail in the box seat from Marie Linden. At the head of the others, Out of Sight, and then Rasties, ridden with the patience of Joe by Peter Cook. Maya Card is now being allowed to stride up 3 deep by de Montfort. Silver Award hard ridden at the 800 mark, and further back Major Drive, Algonquin Club, Tristram's Edition, Peckham Guess, and last is Fox Eel. Up towards the turn, 600 metres out, and Plume d'Orvale shot to the lead. Rising Fear in hot pursuit, followed closely by Lord Reims. Out of Sight, Maya Card 3 deep is coming into it strongly. Commercial Balance between horses, and then Major Drive, Rasties on the fence as they turn for home, but around the corner Maya Card straightened up about 4 lengths off the lead, and here he comes now. Rising Fear hit the lead on top of the rise, but the 3-year-old Maya Card has gobbled him up in a stride. Major Drive on the outside looking a danger, however. Maya Card in front. De Montfort's gone for the whip. Major Drive is coming at him. They're going to fight it out. Maya Card in front. Major Drive inch by inch is wearing him down. Major Drive coming home better, and Major Drive got up to win the Sydney Cup. A half length to Maya Card. Third, Fox Eel came from last. Fourth is Rising Fear, followed by Out of Sight, Peckham Guess, Commercial Balance, Tristram's Edition, Lord Reims, and then Rasties disappointing from Algonquin Club, Silver Award, and Plume d'Orvale has weakened out of it to run last in the Sydney Cup of 1987. Mr. Lloyd Williams and Kerry Packer jointly have won the Sydney Cup. The John Marr trained 5-year-old Major Drive, with a stout dour staying performance, gave the champion Maya Card a start and a beating. It was obvious Mark de Montfort was breaking out in carbuncles at the 200 metres mark when he heard something coming on the outside. He went for the whip. He pulled out all stops. but it was Greg Hall, one of the strongest riders in Australia today, and Major Drive proving himself to be the superior stayer on the day, Ken Callender.
Yes, John, I don't think you could take anything away from Mark de Montfort. Hall pushed out off the rails at about the 5 furlongs. De Montfort was forced to go a fraction, but he pushed Hall back in doing it. He got the drop on him, but Major Drive was the better horse on the day. Take nothing away from Myakard. He's a mighty good 3-year-old. As we pick them up on this replay, he's gotten past Rising Fear. He's got to the lead in the blinkers. De Montfort has already gone for the whip. He's ducking in a little, as is customary with him. Now he straightens up, and Major Drive from this 150-metre point home just came home too strongly for Myakard. No excuses for the 3-year-old, and a great win to Major Drive. Got a half length behind, now a neck, now a half neck, and then next bound he hits the lead, this big former New Zealander, now trained in Victoria, and it's Major Drive going on to victory from Myakard by, well, I suppose a half length, John, with that grand old campaigner Fox Seal in 3rd place.
And the numbers are official, 3, 9 and 1 on the $350,000 Sydney Cup. Number 3, Major Drive, Greg Hall first. A chestnut gelding, a 5-year-old by Sea Anchor from Gold Deception, raced by Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd Williams and Mr. and Mrs. Kerry Packer. Brilliantly ridden by Greg Hall, trained by John Marr, and that'll be some consolation to those connections, owners, trainer and jockey, for the very disappointing performances of their 3-year-old Drought during the early part of this autumn carnival. Number 9, second, Myakard, gallant in defeat. Is he a Kingston Town? You'd have to say no. A Bay Colt by Ivory Hunter out of Double Game, trained by Dr. Jeff Chapman, and losing no cast in defeat, and Fox Seal third, ridden by Shane Dye. Kenny Callender, what do you fancy, my boy, in the Frank Packer Plate?
I was most taken by Ravikant's last start win at Canterbury. He won in the style of a very good horse. This son of Balmerino has only had 9 starts, and I think it's very significant that his trainer, Mark Sullivan, even though he brought him all the way from New Zealand, he didn't run him in the AJC Derby. Perhaps he didn't think he was seasoned enough. I reckon you'll hear a lot more about this horse. I think he'll win this afternoon. I think he's one of the better bets of the day, and I think next season he'll be some sort of a galloper. I'm tipping number 5, Ravikant, is a good thing to beat number 2, El Vaquero.
That winner, Major Drive, on the TAB, $4.70 and $1.30 if you backed him, and I hope you did. You've seen the Sydney Cup live. After this break, we'll resume the battle to find the world professional darts champion right here on Wide World of Sports.
Over in the corner, that took Parramatta to the lead, but there'll be plenty of things said about this game because Eric Groth was knocked out in the opening minutes of this match and taken from the field, did not return. He was knocked out by Brent
races.